said that he alleges that Diddy strapped a to his face and made him parade around a party. And he says that in this party, Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron, and Gloria Estefan saw him in rare form.
Hear that? That's one of Diddy's accusers speaking out. Dude said Diddy kept him locked up like a slave, doing all kind of messed up stuff. We thought that was the end until he dropped a bomb that flipped the whole courtroom upside down. He claims Jay-Z and Beyonce were not just witnesses, they were involved. It's messy, it's disturbing, and it might blow the lid off a whole web of elite secrets. Let's get into it. The shocking claims. Let's start with the bombshell that had the courtroom erupting. There's this man named Joseph Manzaro who filed a lawsuit against Diddy in April 2025. This man wasn't playing around. He came with some serious allegations on Jay-Z and Beyonce that had jaws dropping to the floor. According to Manzaro's initial filing, he was at a party in Miami back in 2015 where things got wild in the worst possible way. Y'all, Manzaro claims he was drugged and taken to Star Island in Miami for what was supposed to be Christian King Combs' 17th birthday party. But this wasn't your regular birthday celebration with cake and ice cream. Nah, according to Manzaro, he was paraded around in a compromising mask, stripped down, and forced to wear inappropriate items while being humiliated in front of several high-profile guests.
Said that he alleges that Diddy strapped a to his face and made him parade around a party.
And who were these guests, you ask? Well, Manzaro dropped some major names. He claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce themselves were right there at this so-called freak-off party. Can you imagine? The power couple of the music industry allegedly witnessing this whole scene.
And he says that in this party, Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron, and Gloria Estefan saw him in rare form because of this.
Manzaro even gives details about what Beyonce supposedly said when she saw him. According to his account, Queen Bey was shocked, saying,
"Oh my God, why is there a half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?"
Now, I don't know about y'all, but hearing that Beyonce might have been at one of these parties has me shook. This is the woman who gives us empowerment anthems, who represents black excellence, who seems to have the most controlled public image in the game. And Manzaro's saying she was right there witnessing this mess. That's like finding out your strict Sunday school teacher has a secret OnlyFans. It just doesn't compute. But wait, it gets even wilder. Manzaro didn't just stop at saying Jay and Bey were there. He went into graphic detail about what allegedly happened to him at this party. According to the lawsuit, after being paraded around in front of these celebs, Manzaro claims he was stripped naked and forced to wear inappropriate attire.
He said that he was then stripped naked and they put him in a small thong bikini bottom and a black leather mask with a rubber dam forcibly inserted and zipped closed over his head. He was made to wear that as well. It sounds like some sort of like toy.
The accuser also claims that he was taken to a secret tunnel in Diddy's mansion where he started regaining consciousness from whatever drugs he was allegedly given. That's when he says he looked up and saw Jay-Z and Beyonce standing there. This whole scenario sounds like something out of a horror movie, not something you'd expect at a celebrity party.
And then the guy says he claims that he was taken to a secret tunnel in Diddy's mansion on Star Island, and at that time he started regaining consciousness. And he looks up and he notices that Jay-Z and Beyonce are there.
But here's where things get complicated. Shortly after these bombshell allegations dropped, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, came out swinging with receipts. He stated that Jay-Z wasn't even in Florida at the time of this alleged incident. According to Spiro, Jay was at an NYU speaking event in New York on April 1st, 2015, provable by public records and media coverage.
He said Mr. Carter wasn't in Florida at the time to witness this incident. He was engaged in easily findable public activities that prove that he was not at this event. This is more nonsense that just erodes the trust in our justice system.
LeBron James, who was also named in the lawsuit, had his spokesperson tell TMZ that the claims were false and didn't even merit a response. They stated that a basic internet search would show LeBron was playing basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers in April 2015 and was never in Miami during that time.
Now, a spokesperson for LeBron told TMZ, because they broke the story, that this is false and that he doesn't even merit a report. This doesn't even merit a report or response. A basic internet search shows that LeBron, what LeBron was doing on April of 2015, he was playing basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers and was never in Miami.
These denials were so strong and backed by evidence that on April 11th, 2025, Manzaro filed an amendment to his lawsuit removing Beyonce and Jay-Z's names. So we know for sure they weren't at that specific alleged party. But here's where it gets interesting. While they might not have been at this alleged incident, both book, Jay-Z and Beyonce have a long history with Diddy and attended many of his parties over the years. According to a BBC article, Jay-Z and Beyonce even released new music at his events, suggesting a close professional relationship. There are countless photos of them at his famous white parties and other events, and a 2014 New Year's Eve party in Miami saw Beyonce dancing to her song, Beyonce. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z is also facing a separate lawsuit involving Diddy. Filed in October 2024 and amended in December 2024, this lawsuit accuses Jay-Z and Diddy of assaulting a 13-year-old girl at a party after the MTV Video Music Awards in New York back in 2000. Jay-Z has denied these allegations, calling the lawsuit a blackmail attempt. But let's be real, when there's smoke, is there fire? As more revelations come out in the Diddy trial, people are questioning how much celebrities who attended his parties knew about what was allegedly going on. 50 Cent, who has been vocal about Diddy for years, recently dropped some tea about why he never attended these infamous parties.
I'm just not with all that like all of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff.
And in another clip, 50 Cent made an even more explosive claim about why many celebrities aren't speaking out against Diddy.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate.
Damn, that's a major accusation, suggesting that celebrities who aren't speaking out against Diddy might have participated in these alleged freak-offs themselves. Could Jay-Z and Beyonce's silence on the matter beyond having their lawyers get them removed from the lawsuit mean something deeper? Or is it just smart PR to stay completely out of this mess? According to Reddit discussions, there seems to be a divide among celebrities who attended Diddy's parties. Some users claim that certain celebs, like Denzel Washington, reportedly left parties early when things started getting wild, while others allegedly stayed for the after parties where the real questionable stuff allegedly happened. As one Reddit user put it, the real parties happen late at night. There's a video where Diddy tells the kids to leave because the real party is about to start. In an X post asking for comments from celebrities known to attend Diddy's parties, the list included Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Naomi Campbell, Mary J. Blige, Swizz Beatz, Leonardo DiCaprio, among many others. The sheer number of high-profile names connected to these events shows just how deeply embedded Diddy was in the entertainment elite. Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, did y'all know that Diddy once named him as his favorite party guest? In a clip that's resurfaced amid this scandal, Diddy says,
and I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So what we're seeing here is a complex web of connections, allegations, and denials. While Jay-Z and Beyonce have successfully proven they weren't at the specific party Mansrow described, their long association with Diddy and presence at numerous other events raises questions about what they might have seen or known over the years. As this trial continues to unfold, we're likely to hear more names dropped and more connections made. But one thing's for sure, the entertainment industry is being shaken to its core, and no one, not even music's most powerful couple, is completely untouched by the fallout. Cassie's bombshell testimony. Cassie and Diddy were in a relationship for about a decade, starting when she was just 19 years old and he was in his 40s. That age gap alone is giving major creep vibes, but what she alleges happened during their relationship goes way beyond just an inappropriate age difference. According to Cassie's testimony, she was subjected to years of physical abuse, coercion, and forced participation in what Diddy allegedly called freak-offs. These weren't just wild parties, they were allegedly orchestrated sexual events where Cassie claims she was forced to engage in acts with male escorts while Diddy directed, watched, and sometimes participated.
She said that the first step was there was like and they would have to do. It would be her and the escort, and she would have to talk out loud and describe what she was seeing. She would have to be very descriptive because allegedly Puff would want to hear that.
Cassie testified that these freak-offs happened hundreds of times throughout their relationship. Can you imagine the trauma?
Nice that her husband is watching this when they're reading these texts. She's reading them.
Yes, her current husband, Alex Fine, has been supporting her through this testimony, which has to be incredibly difficult for both of them. But that just shows what a real man looks like, standing by your partner through trauma recovery, not inflicting trauma like Diddy allegedly did. One of the most disturbing parts of Cassie's testimony is how she breaks down the freak-offs into detailed steps, showing just how methodical and predatory these encounters allegedly were.
So that first step was the descriptive foreplay, and then step 2 is the touching. Now, step 2, she alleges, is that's when all the baby oil comes out. Step 3 is oral, and she says that a lot of times she would rush to get to the oral because she just wanted to get it over with, because she kept making a point of she didn't want to do this. She just was doing it because she was so in love, and she said she didn't want him to go and do it with anybody else.
The details get even more graphic and disturbing, with Cassie alleging that Diddy would make her interact with the male escorts in demeaning ways, and that the encounters often ended with particularly degrading acts that I won't repeat here. But suffice it to say, this was not consensual activity. It was allegedly coerced through a combination of emotional manipulation, physical intimidation, and financial control. Speaking of financial control, let's not forget that Diddy wasn't just Cassie's boyfriend, he was her boss. He signed her to a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records, but only one album was ever released. This power dynamic adds another disturbing layer to the allegations.
You know, this is all about her being his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But he's also her boss. I mean, he signed her to a 10-album deal, and for some reason, wow, only one album gets made. How does that happen? I mean, that says a lot.
This is a classic case of how abusers use professional power to control their victims. By holding Cassie's career in his hands, Diddy allegedly had another form of leverage over her. The defense is trying to paint a different picture, suggesting that these were consensual activities that Cassie participated in willingly. They've presented text messages from early in their relationship where Cassie expresses excitement about their intimate life.
Anyway, Tex, I'm always ready to freak off, LOL, Cassie says. I can't wait to stare at some big black... That's from 2009.
But as many abuse experts will tell you, texts from the beginning of a relationship don't prove anything about what happened later on. The defense is grasping at straws here, trying to discredit Cassie's credibility by showing she was initially enthusiastic about their relationship. Like, duh. Most abusive relationships don't start with abuse. They evolve into it as the abuser gains more control. For those who might be skeptical about Cassie's claims, there's concrete evidence of Diddy's violence. In 2016, a hotel surveillance video captured Diddy physically assaulting Cassie in a hallway.
Diddy's then-girlfriend Cassie is trying to get onto an elevator when the music mogul, wearing just a white towel and socks, chases her down, grabs her by the back of the head, and throws her to the ground.
This is absolutely horrifying to watch, and it corroborates Cassie's claims about physical abuse. Diddy later issued a statement about this video saying,
"But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable."
But what's really telling is what the defense is trying to use as an excuse for this behavior.
I think the most laughable thing the defense did today was suggest that the infamous 2016 beating at the Intercontinental, that he was withdrawing from painkillers.
Blame it on drugs, but
that's what led to it.
Yeah, right. Because drug withdrawal makes you chase down your girlfriend and assault her? Give me a break. That's a weak excuse that doesn't hold water, especially since Cassie testified that she doesn't remember him going through withdrawals. Another disturbing revelation from Cassie's testimony involves how Diddy allegedly reacted when she tried to date rapper Kid Cudi. According to Cassie, Diddy threatened Kid Cudi's life and even set his car on fire out of jealousy. This shows just how controlling and dangerous Diddy allegedly was. Cassie also testified about the extensive use of substances during these freak-offs, saying she often used ecstasy to cope with what was happening to her. The prosecution has presented evidence including drugs and paraphernalia seized from Diddy's hotel room during his arrest in September 2024, which they claim were used in these coercive encounters. What's particularly compelling about Cassie's testimony is how consistent it is with accounts from other accusers, including Jonathan Oddie, a former adult film actor who claimed in 2018 to be Diddy's slave. According to reports, Cassie confirmed some of Oddie's claims during her testimony, which has brought renewed attention to his allegations. The jury has reportedly been shown 5 photographs from these alleged freak-offs, and their reactions speak volumes.
Jury saw 5 pictures of freak-offs. And
it's like people all over, all contorted, and...
That had to be the prosecution, Drew.
It sounded like it, Trudy, because it sounded like the jury was like, ugh! Like they just really did not want to look at these pictures.
Can you imagine being on that jury and having to look at those images? The prosecution is presenting a powerful case backed by Cassie's emotional testimony, corroborating witnesses like Dawn Richard, who testified that she witnessed Diddy assaulting Cassie, and physical evidence including the hotel surveillance video and items seized during Diddy's arrest. What makes Cassie's testimony even more impressive is that she's delivering it while 8 months pregnant. The strength and courage it takes to face your abuser in court, relive traumatic experiences, and do it all while carrying a child is truly remarkable. Social media has been overwhelmingly supportive of Cassie, with Reddit users calling her brave and expressing hopes for her well-being. One user wrote, "Hopes Cassie has a large support system and an excellent therapist, noting the devastation of repeating trauma in court." Another added, "Hope testimony, including forced acts, would ruin Diddy's reputation." Her current husband, Alex Fine, has also made it clear that he stands with her, stating, "I did not save Cassie as some have said. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself." Cassie saved Cassie. This powerful statement acknowledges Cassie's own strength and resilience in escaping an allegedly abusive relationship. The defense is trying various tactics to discredit Cassie, including suggesting she had financial motives for coming forward. They've highlighted her $20 million settlement from a 2023 civil lawsuit and claimed she had a $30 million book rights proposal, painting her as an opportunist. But given the evidence supporting her claims, including the video of Diddy assaulting her, these attempts to shift blame seem desperate. One particularly concerning aspect of Cassie's testimony is the revelation about how Diddy allegedly used recording and blackmail to maintain control over her. She testified that he recorded these freak-offs and threatened to release the videos if she didn't comply with his demands. This form of sexual coercion is particularly insidious, as it creates a constant state of fear and compliance. As Cassie's testimony continues to unfold, it's painting a picture of a man who allegedly used his power, wealth, and influence to control, abuse, and exploit those around him. And it raises serious questions about how he was able to operate this way for so long without consequences. The answer likely lies in the industry's willingness to look the other way when powerful men behave badly, and in the fear that kept victims silent for years. The trial is expected to last about 8 weeks in total, with more witnesses set to testify in the coming days. But Cassie's testimony alone has already been devastating for Diddy's defense, providing a detailed, consistent, and compelling account of years of alleged abuse and coercion. Combined with the physical evidence and corroborating witnesses, it creates a powerful case against the once untouchable music mogul. The industry reckoning. As this Diddy trial unfolds, we're witnessing nothing less than a full-scale reckoning in the entertainment industry. This isn't just about one man's alleged crimes. It's about the entire culture that enabled them. It's like pulling a loose thread on a sweater and watching the whole thing unravel before our eyes. Let's be real. These allegations against Diddy didn't happen in a vacuum. They allegedly happened at star-studded parties with plenty of witnesses, at recording studios with staff present, and in a music industry where rumors have circulated for years. So why is it only now, with Diddy behind bars awaiting trial, that people are speaking out? The answer is simple: fear and power. Diddy was, and maybe still is, one of the most powerful men in music. As Cassie testified, she was afraid to leave him because of threats, blackmail, and the control he had over her career. And it wasn't just Cassie. Allegedly, many others were afraid of crossing him. Take this clip from DJ Academics discussing the trial.
And I think that's why Diddy's team realized they don't got no more real witnesses. Everybody else is fluff. So rather than sit here and wait for them to keep drumming up, let's go to trial.
This suggests that potential witnesses may be hesitant to testify for Diddy, either because they don't want to be associated with him anymore or because they're afraid of implicating themselves. It's a sign that the power dynamics are shifting, and people who once feared Diddy now fear the consequences of standing by him. But the industry reckoning goes beyond just Diddy. His trial is exposing how many industry insiders potentially knew about or even participated in questionable behavior. As 50 Cent bluntly put it,
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate.
Now 50 Cent has a long-standing beef with Diddy, so take his words with a grain of salt. But the sentiment rings true. Silence can sometimes speak volumes. And as more allegations come to light, it's forcing us to question whether some of music's biggest names were complicit through their silence. The guest list for Diddy's parties read like a who's who of entertainment royalty. According to X posts, celebrities from Leonardo DiCaprio to Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z to Beyonce, and countless others attended his events. An X post by at History and Memes showing photos from Diddy's all-white parties went viral with over 84 million views, demonstrating the public's fascination with who might have been involved. But according to Reddit discussions, there may have been a divide among attendees. Some allegedly left when things started getting wild, while others stayed for what came later.
Again, when you hear so many unbelievable sounding stories, you start to question everything. Yep. So it's going to be very, very tough to find, jurors who aren't biased in some way, shape, or form.
This raises a critical question. If so many people were potentially aware of what was happening, why didn't anyone step in? The answer may lie in an observation from the trial about how Diddy compensated his staff.
He really paid his employees well, really well.
Oh, nobody could turn on him.
No, and even the secretaries were making $100,000.
Just like in other cases involving powerful financial incentives and fear of retaliation can be powerful motivators for silence. As one commenter noted, they love working for this guy. It's not really a job. They're just, hey, we just got to put together a freak out. They fly in private jets and a lot of extra pink cocaine around. Yep, they meet famous people. But the industry reckoning isn't just about who knew what and when. It's also about how the entire system is designed to protect powerful men. Take this exchange about why Cassie couldn't simply leave.
So maybe this is consensual. Why would you go back if you had
that's true.
But that's where him being her boss comes into play too.
Well, she also can't fully cut him off, right? Because she's afraid of him.
This highlights a crucial aspect of these alleged abuses. They weren't just personal, they were professional. Diddy allegedly used his position as Cassie's record label boss to control her, making it nearly impossible for her to escape without sacrificing her entire career. This is a pattern we've seen repeatedly in the entertainment industry, where powerful men can make or break careers with a single word. In a resurfaced clip, Diddy himself seems to acknowledge the problematic nature of his parties, almost predicting his current situation.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
But what Diddy frames as having a good time is being described in court as something much darker. And perhaps most disturbing of all is a clip from a 2002 interview where Diddy jokes about elements of his parties that, in light of current allegations, seem sinister.
Right, you need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat.
The casualness with which he mentions locks on the doors as a party necessity is chilling when viewed through the lens of the current allegations. The impact of this trial extends beyond just Diddy and the music industry. It's forcing a broader societal conversation about power, consent, and accountability. The Hash Me Too movement opened the door for these discussions, but cases like Diddy's are pushing them further, challenging us to examine how we as a society enable and protect abusers. DJ Academics touches on this when he says,
I think this was the start of a new Me Too era when Diddy got taken down. And the public consensus was like, this guy's as guilty as it could be. And then we just start seeing so many allegations about everybody.
Indeed, the floodgates seem to be opening, with more accusers coming forward not just against Diddy, but against other figures in the industry as well. It's as if Diddy's arrest has emboldened people who previously felt they couldn't speak out. The defense's strategy is worth noting too. They're trying to frame this as a case about consensual activities rather than coercion and abuse.
I mean, Diddy's defense basically said that he's a swinger, not a criminal.
They're trying to roll, see?
This approach, attempting to characterize alleged crimes as alternative lifestyle choices, is a common tactic in cases involving sexual misconduct by powerful men. It's a way of deflecting attention from power dynamics and focusing instead on sexual practices that may seem unconventional but aren't inherently harmful if consensual. What makes this case different, however, is the overwhelming evidence, not just testimonies from multiple accusers, but also that damning hotel surveillance video showing Diddy physically assaulting Cassie. It's hard to claim enthusiastic consent when there's video evidence of violence. The most serious charges, racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking, carry potential life sentences. At minimum, a conviction on the trafficking charges would come with a mandatory 15-year prison term. Add to that the likelihood of substantial fines, asset forfeiture, and the flurry of civil lawsuits that would follow a criminal conviction, and Diddy could lose not just his freedom, but his entire fortune and legacy. But beyond the legal consequences for Diddy himself, the outcome of this trial could have far-reaching implications for the industry as a whole. If Diddy is convicted, it sends a powerful message that no one, not even a billionaire music mogul, is above the law. It could embolden more victims to come forward, not just against Diddy, but against other powerful figures in entertainment. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time, keep the adventure alive by clicking on one of the suggested videos on your screen right now for more amazing content. I didn't know you was a sex worker. 50 said it, not me.
50 Cent's ex, Daphne Joy, is facing accusations of being Sean Diddy Combs' alleged sex worker in a new lawsuit.
Diddy has surprised everyone again, including 50 Cent. These past months of news related to Diddy appears to be some of the most hectic months for him.
Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man, so then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Yeah, tell him stop bringing all the minors over here late at night. I live right next to him. Think it's wild. I'm his neighbor.
This time he has been accused in a lawsuit of sex trafficking. The news extends even more when it was discovered that 50 Cent's baby mama Daphne Joy was one of Diddy's sex workers. In this video, 50 Cent reacts to his baby mama being Diddy's sex worker. 50 Cent's reaction. 50 Cent has once again found himself at the center of controversy. This time, his target is his own baby mama, Daphne Joy, who has been linked to music mogul Diddy. It all began when rumors started swirling about Daphne Joy's alleged involvement with music mogul Diddy. Whispers of a secret relationship and a monthly allowance provided by Diddy started to circulate, catching the attention of fans and industry insiders alike. The news came as a shock to many, as Daphne Joy is best known for her previous relationship with 50 Cent and their shared child. As the rumors gained traction, 50 Cent couldn't resist the opportunity to stir the pot. Known for his no-holds-barred approach to social media, he took to Instagram to publicly shame Daphne Joy. In a series of scathing posts, he didn't hold back, referring to her as a sex worker and mocking her for accepting money from Diddy. I can't believe I was with this woman all those years, and she turns out to be one of Diddy's sex workers. Can't trust anyone these days. SMH. The timing of 50 Cent's trolling is particularly intriguing, as he has a long-standing feud with Diddy. For years, he has publicly criticized and ridiculed the music mogul, even going as far as calling him a fruit cup. It seems that 50 Cent's relentless attacks on Diddy may have been fueled by his knowledge of Daphne Joy's alleged relationship with him. I always knew there was something fishy about Diddy. Now it all makes sense. He's been smashing my baby mama and giving her a monthly allowance. That's low, even for him. The revelation that Daphne Joy, the mother of his child, had been involved with someone he despised must have dealt a heavy blow to 50 Cent's ego. Regardless of their breakup, the fact that Diddy was intimately involved with someone he held in such contempt would undoubtedly sting. The situation is further complicated by the fact that, despite their differences, 50 Cent and Daphne Joy still have to interact and co-parent their child. He went on to say in his post, "It's a messed up situation, man. I can't believe she would do that to me. But hey, life goes on." While Daphne maintained her composure, 50 Cent continued to stoke the flames of controversy. He took to social media once again, this time with a series of memes and posts mocking Daphne and Diddy. "When you find out your baby mama was getting smashed by Diddy and getting a monthly allowance, can't trust these man, #betrayed. The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy had reached new heights, with Daphne caught in the crossfire. The tension between the two rappers had been simmering for years, but this revelation had taken their animosity to a whole new level. It seemed that 50 Cent's relentless attacks on Diddy were fueled by a deep sense of betrayal and wounded pride. As the scandal continued to unfold, tensions between 50 Cent and Diddy reached a boiling point. The two rappers engaged in a war of words on social media, with insults and accusations flying back and forth. "Diddy, you thought you could get away with smashing my baby mama? Well, I've got news for you. I'm not backing down. You're gonna regret crossing me." The public eagerly awaited a response from Diddy, wondering how he would address the allegations and defend himself against 50 Cent's relentless attacks. And finally, the music mogul broke his silence. "I will not stoop to 50 Cent's level of pettiness and drama. These allegations are baseless and meant to tarnish my reputation. I have no further comment on the matter." Diddy's response was measured and composed, refusing to engage in a public war of words. While some admired his restraint, others saw it as an admission of guilt. In the world of social media, where celebrities often use their platforms to express their thoughts and emotions, things can escalate quickly. And that's exactly what happened when 50 Cent took to Instagram to troll his baby mama, Daphne Joy, over her rumored romance with none other than P. Diddy. On that fateful day, September 26th, 50 Cent shared a photo on his Instagram feed that would set the internet ablaze. The picture featured 50 Cent and his son, Sire Jackson, both sporting sunglasses and staring into the camera with serious expressions. But it was the caption that caught everyone's attention. 50 Cent wrote, "Oh ish, that's your mommy over there with Puffy? LOL. Remember what I told you the other day? These be crazy. SMH." As the rumors continued to swirl, Daphne Joy found herself in the spotlight once again, this time due to a video she posted on her Instagram. The clip showed her in the audience during P. Diddy's performance at the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada on September 24th. This only fueled the speculation surrounding their alleged romance. However, shortly after 50 Cent's trolling post, Daphne Joy decided to address their past relationship and the current situation. In a heartfelt Instagram post, she expressed her frustration with the constant scrutiny of her personal life. Daphne revealed that she was in a 2-year relationship with P. Diddy over a decade ago, and from that relationship, she was blessed with a beautiful and healthy baby boy. But instead of dwelling on the past, Daphne shifted her focus to her son's well-being. She emphasized that she had healed privately, matured, and grown closer to God. Daphne expressed her desire to be happy and left alone, free from the constant judgment and villainization she had experienced. In her post, Daphne acknowledged the unpredictability of life and the importance of cherishing those who bring happiness into it. She made it clear that she wished no ill will towards anyone and simply wanted to live her life in peace. This recent drama between 50 Cent, Daphne Joy, and P. Diddy is not the first time that 50 Cent has publicly addressed their relationship. Back in April 2021, a photo of Diddy and Daphne Joy surfaced, sparking speculation about their connection. And true to his outspoken nature, 50 Cent didn't hold back his thoughts. He responded to the photo with a dismissive comment saying, "Nami and Puff fight over business-ish. If he liked the girl, he liked the girl. I don't give an F." These words from 50 Cent showcased his nonchalant attitude towards Diddy and Joy's past and hinted at the complexities of their dynamic. It's clear that 50 Cent has his own perspective on their relationship, and he's not afraid to voice it. Amidst all the drama, it's important to remember that 50 Cent and Daphne Joy share a precious bond. Their 10-year-old son, Sire Jackson, born in September 2012, Sire has become a central figure in their lives. As usual, 50 Cent is not here for anyone dating Daphne Joy, especially Jason Derulo. Known for his zero chill and no-nonsense attitude, 50 Cent has taken to social media to express his displeasure. To understand the current situation, let's take a trip down memory lane. 50 Cent, born Curtis Jackson, rose to fame in the early 2000s with his chart-topping hits and larger-than-life persona. But behind the scenes, his personal life has been anything but smooth sailing. The two began dating and soon welcomed a beautiful son named Sire into the world. However, their relationship was far from picture perfect. It's no secret that 50 Cent has had his fair share of tumultuous relationships. In 2008, his ex-girlfriend Shanika Tompkins, the mother of his son Marquise, accused him of kicking them out of their home after she moved on to another relationship. The public feud between the two played out on social media, with both parties airing their grievances for the world to see. Fast forward to the present day, and it seems history is repeating itself. Daphne Joy, who had seemingly moved on from 50 Cent, found love in the arms of none other than Jason Derulo, the multi-talented singer and dancer. The news of Daphne and Jason's relationship sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Fans and followers couldn't help but wonder how 50 Cent would react to this new development. And it didn't take long for 50 Cent to make his feelings known. During the Christmas holiday, he flooded his social media pages with adorable pictures of his and Daphne's son, Sire. It seemed like all was well between the former couple. But as soon as Daphne and Jason went public with their romance, posting intimate vacation pictures, something unexpected happened. Every single photograph of Sire was mysteriously removed from 50 Cent's social media accounts. Some fans defended 50 Cent, arguing that he had the right to control what he posts on his own social media. They believed that his actions were justified given the circumstances. Others, however, criticized him for involving his son in the drama and using him as a pawn in his personal vendettas. The public's reaction was not limited to just fans. Even fellow celebrities weighed in on the situation. Some showed support for 50 Cent, understanding his need to protect his personal life. Others condemned his actions, calling them petty and unnecessary. One thing is for sure, 50 Cent's actions sparked a heated debate and ignited a social media frenzy: the lawsuit.
If he's convicted, ultimately, he'll be in prison for a very long time. One count of sex trafficking typically is 10 to 15 years in prison.
In February, Lil Rod filed a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. According to the legal documents, Lil Rod claims that Diddy would boast to him about paying Young Miami, one half of the popular rap duo City Girls, and another woman named Jade, who is none other than Daphne Joy, a well-known model and 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy provided these women with a monthly stipend in exchange for sexual favors. Diddy's alleged involvement in this scandal has left many stunned. Lil Rod claims that Diddy would openly discuss his arrangement with Young Miami and Daphne Joy, seemingly proud of his ability to maintain such relationships. This revelation sheds light on the darker side of the music industry, where powerful figures exploit their influence for personal gain. The news of Daphne Joy's alleged involvement as one of Diddy's sex workers hit close to home for 50 Cent, who shares a child with her. Last year, pictures of Daphne and Diddy together circulated online, prompting 50 Cent to comment on the situation. Now, it seems that 50 Cent's previous comments make more sense, as he publicly expressed his anger towards Diddy in recent months. In response to the lawsuit, 50 Cent took to social media, expressing his disbelief and embarrassment, stating, "I didn't know you were a sex worker, you little sex worker. This is a movie." For Young Miami, the implications of being listed as one of Diddy's sex workers are significant. The public had viewed her relationship with Diddy as genuine, idolizing them as relationship goals. However, This scandal has shattered that illusion, leaving fans and followers shocked and disappointed. The fallout from this revelation may have a lasting impact on Young Miami's career, as she now faces the challenge of rebuilding her image and credibility. This situation also highlights the importance of maintaining boundaries and being cautious about who you trust. It serves as a reminder that not everything we see on social media or in the media reflects reality. The entertainment industry can be a breeding ground for manipulation and exploitation, and it is crucial to approach celebrity relationships with skepticism. The reactions to these allegations have been intense, with 50 Cent expressing his disbelief and embarrassment over Daphne Joy's alleged involvement. This scandal serves as a reminder to question the narratives presented to us and to maintain a level of critical thinking. True authenticity and genuine relationships are not always found in the spotlight. Daphne Joy, however, wasted no time in responding to the accusations. In the comments section of 50 Cent's post, she pleaded with him to stop dragging her into unnecessary drama. She wrote, "Please stop doing this to me. I never bother you, and I'm an outstanding mother to our son. Can we please just focus on that? Please." Her comments showcased her frustration and desire to keep the focus on their child rather than engaging in public feuds. But 50 Cent's trolling didn't end there. He continued to fuel the fire by claiming that the photo also showed Joy engaging with Diddy. While the validity of this claim remains uncertain, it only added more fuel to the already swirling rumors of an alleged affair between Joy and the music mogul. The timing of 50 Cent's post couldn't have been worse. Just days before, Joy had shared a video on her Instagram, capturing her enjoyment of Diddy's performance at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. This video had already sparked speculation about a potential romantic involvement between Joy and Diddy. Sensing the need to address the allegations more comprehensively, Joy decided to issue a lengthier response. Taking to her own Instagram account, Joy shared a post in which she expressed her frustration with having to discuss her private life on social media. She wrote, "I hate speaking about my private life on social media, but I feel it needs to be addressed." Joy then proceeded to set the record straight, providing a glimpse into her past relationship with Diddy. "I was in a 2-year relationship 10 plus years ago," Joy revealed, "and out of the relationship, God blessed me with a beautiful, healthy baby boy." She emphasized that although she and Diddy had parted ways, her focus had always been on her son's well-being, both emotionally and spiritually. Joy highlighted her personal growth and the importance of privacy in healing and maturing. "I've healed privately, matured, have been closer to God than ever before, and really appreciating this life," Joy continued. "I just want to be happy and be left alone." She expressed her frustration at constantly having to defend her character, being prejudged, and being villainized. Joy made it clear that she was not doing anything wrong and wished no ill will towards anyone. The response from Joy was met with mixed reactions from fans and followers. Some applauded her for speaking her truth and defending herself against the rumors, while others remained skeptical. Nevertheless, Joy's heartfelt plea for happiness and privacy struck a chord with many who could relate to the challenges of navigating public scrutiny. Amidst the chaos, Joy found support from unexpected sources. Ray J, a friend of Joy's, commented on her post after it was shared by the Shade Room, writing, "Story of my life." His comment highlighted the relatability of Joy's situation and the challenges faced by public figures when it comes to their personal lives. As the scandal continued to unfold, Joy remained resolute in her pursuit of happiness and her commitment to being the best mother she could be to Sire. She refused to let the rumors define her or dictate her actions. Instead, she focused on her personal growth, her faith, and her appreciation for the blessings in her life. Diddy is finished. In the world of high-profile celebrities, scandals and controversies are no strangers. But when it comes to Diddy, the past few months have been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. From lawsuits to allegations of sexual assault, human trafficking, and financial improprieties, the storm surrounding Diddy has been relentless. And now, the federal authorities have taken notice.
It can easily go from a civil investigation to what we see now, a criminal investigation.
Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, the federal agency responsible for handling cases related to human trafficking and sex trafficking, has launched a full-scale investigation into Diddy's alleged criminal activities. This investigation has led to the shocking raids on Diddy's homes in both Miami and Los Angeles. But why would the feds target Diddy? What evidence do they have to justify such drastic actions? To understand the reasons behind these raids, we need to delve into the details of the investigation conducted by HSI. HSI, working in collaboration with law enforcement agencies in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, obtained search warrants for Diddy's properties. The investigation was triggered by a series of civil lawsuits filed against Diddy, alleging sexual assault, human trafficking, and other related offenses. While these lawsuits are civil in nature, they provide authorities with guidelines and raise concerns about the alleged conduct. The lawsuits, primarily based in New York courts, caught the attention of law enforcement agencies. The sheer number of back-to-back lawsuits against Diddy raised red flags and prompted further investigation. Authorities couldn't ignore the smoke, and where there's smoke, there's often fire. To obtain a search warrant, HSI had to present compelling evidence and probable cause to a judge. They needed to convince the judge that there was something worth investigating in Diddy's homes. Based on the evidence presented, the judge granted the search warrants, allowing the feds to raid both properties simultaneously. The simultaneous raids were crucial to prevent any potential destruction or removal of evidence. If the raids were conducted separately, there was a risk that one house could be cleared of evidence while the other was being searched. By executing the raids at the same time, the feds ensured that no evidence could be tampered with or destroyed. But what exactly were the feds looking for in Diddy's homes? When obtaining search warrants, law enforcement agencies must specify the items they are searching for.
And what they were going in was to try to find all types of evidence.
In this case, the feds were likely looking for hard drives, computers, ring cameras, and any other devices or materials that could potentially contain evidence related to sex trafficking and other criminal activity. It's important to note that the lawsuits against Diddy are civil lawsuits, not criminal charges. However, civil lawsuits can serve as a source of information and lead to further investigations. If the feds find evidence during the raids that corroborates the allegations made in the lawsuits, it could potentially pave the way for criminal charges. The fact that HSI, a federal agency specializing in human trafficking and sex trafficking cases, took the lead in this investigation speaks volumes. It indicates the seriousness of the allegations against Diddy and the potential magnitude of the case. The feds don't undertake such investigations lightly. They only do so when they believe they have a strong case with a high likelihood of conviction. As the investigation unfolds, the feds will gather all the evidence they can find. This evidence will be presented to prosecutors, who will determine whether there is enough to proceed with criminal charges against Diddy. If convicted, Diddy could face up to 25 years in prison for each charge of human trafficking and sex trafficking. In the midst of the chaos surrounding Diddy, one lawsuit stands out as a potential game changer. Lil Rod, a producer, filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that he was not properly paid for his work on Diddy's latest album, The Love Album. But it's not just the financial dispute that has caught everyone's attention. Lil Rod has made shocking allegations and provided evidence that could have far-reaching implications for Diddy and the celebrities in his circle. According to Lil Rod, Diddy's parties were not just extravagant gatherings of the rich and famous, they were allegedly filled with illegal activities and misconduct. Lil Rod claims that he was forced to drug people's drinks under Diddy's orders. He even posted photos of himself at parties where Diddy was present with alleged underage individuals, raising serious concerns about the exploitation of minors. But the allegations don't stop there. Lil Rod also claims that Diddy was involved in violent acts. He alleges that Diddy shot someone in the bathroom of his house, providing photos of bloodstains on the bathroom floor as evidence. These shocking claims paint a disturbing picture of the activities that allegedly took place within Diddy's inner circle. Perhaps the most explosive allegation made by Lil Rod is the claim that Diddy had been secretly recording celebrities engaged in illicit activities at his parties. These recordings were allegedly used as a form of blackmail, giving Diddy leverage over other celebrities. The gravity of the situation has not gone unnoticed by 50 Cent, who has been vocal about his thoughts on the matter. In a recent statement, 50 Cent declared, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done." He emphasized that the feds don't come after someone unless they have a strong case, indicating that he believes the evidence against Diddy is substantial. 50 Cent's comments reflect the sentiment that if the feds are involved, they must have a 95% conviction rate in mind. Reggie Wright Jr., a prominent figure in the hip-hop community, has also weighed in on the Diddy situation. Wright predicted the raids and spoke about the psychopathic tendencies of individuals who engage in such criminal activities. He noted that these individuals often keep evidence as a form of control and power. If the feds find evidence that corroborates Lil Rod's claims, it would be a significant blow to Diddy and potentially implicate numerous other individuals. As of now, the investigation is still ongoing. The feds are meticulously gathering evidence from the raids, including hard drives, computers, and other devices that may contain incriminating material. They are also conducting interviews with victims, referred to as Jane Does, as part of their probe into alleged sex trafficking, domestic violence, and racketeering. These interviews are crucial in building a strong case against Diddy and potentially uncovering further evidence. In an exclusive interview, the neighbor reveals that they live right next to Diddy's lavish Los Angeles mansion in the upscale H Hills area, nestled between Bel Air and Beverly Hills. They describe a scene that is both shocking and disturbing. Buses, big-ass buses, regularly arrive at Diddy's residence in the dead of night, and minors can be seen hopping out, adding an air of mystery and concern to the situation.
Like big-ass buses, you just see all type of shit pop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the morning.
They express their disbelief and concern, stating that it gets wild and unsettling during those late-night hours. The sheer number of minors being brought to Diddy's house raises alarming questions about the nature of these gatherings and the intentions behind them. It is important to note that the neighbor, despite witnessing these events, has chosen not to confront Diddy directly. They recall an incident where their basketball accidentally flew over to Diddy's property. Instead of retrieving it, they decided to let it be, fearing the unknown and the potential consequences of knocking on Diddy's door. The involvement of law enforcement agencies and the seriousness of the allegations underscore the need for a thorough investigation. At this stage, it remains unconfirmed whether Diddy himself is the focus of the investigation. However, the fact that individuals have been interviewed in connection to his activities raises significant concerns. The impact of these allegations on Diddy's reputation and career cannot be ignored, as they have the potential to tarnish his legacy and influence in the music industry. This is all we have for you in this video. If you enjoyed it and would love to keep exploring more intriguing videos like this, then go ahead and click on any of the cards on your screen.